So, so you're asking for a shear. All right. So the question is why, if everything was part of the program, if the Charbon Beis Hamikdash was part of the program, then why are we pretending? What's the kluganish? Why are we crying? So let's go like this. We had a kav, we had a channel, we had an open channel that went all the way up. Avraham Yitzchak Yaakov at the beginning, all the way down here. It was built. There was just wild oiris. It was toiv, and then our others set in place a specific structure how the oil should come down, and this is exactly the way he wanted it. After the Charbon Bayis, there was still a place. There were still um, areas that was not clear, that was still not properly mavater, that didn't really see the bigger picture yet, that couldn't align itself. But the Charbon, when the Charbon came, the real Charbon is not so much the Charbon, the Beis Hamikdash, but whatever else came with the Beis Hamikdash, which is that no longer were we generating our own koiches and living off of our own food, but our wisdom, which was the highest level of understanding, and we had the most beautiful um, people that were looking in the kinnas where they're talking about this the eyes were glowing and the faces of the children. I mean, forget it. It was perfection. All that now went in under the auspices of a different authority. It went under somebody else's. Somebody else was. We're like we were covered. Our heads were covered with a blanket, and we were living through that. So that is a charm. It's a massive charm. Imagine, think about. Let's go. Let's get graphic here. Think about your children, the little one, the pitzela, the one that has the softest part of your heart. Like you can't even imagine the thing, like going to a play group and what if somebody doesn't take care of her or it or him, and somebody chapas him, and and the child can't really express itself. It's completely vulnerable and up to the mercy, vulnerable and up to the mercy of whoever's taking care of it. Imagine that being ripped away, sent into somewhere in a third world country, and being somebody else taking care of it, somebody that has no clue about the comfortability and the comfort and the needs and the wants of this child, the way it's meant, and knows how to be taken care of, taken care of, a soft blanket, a mother that's able to feed it and give it, a father that's able to stand up to it or for it, in any case. So that is a chab. We're talking here about the most delicate, pure consciousness, compassion, real love, and avos chinem, looking out for each other, understanding, usmat abrider, or a schwester, a brother and a sister. I'm talking about in the larger scale, and that is being ripped away and sent out to a foreign country. You have no clue where it's at. The child screams and has no clue what is being asked of it. So that is the charbon. It's a massive charbon. What fed the consciousness, this pure one, this very delicate consciousness, was the Beis Hamikdash, with everything that was going on over there, and everything that came with it, and coming up for the Yom Tovim and Shalosh Regalim. All that is what was feeding this that we were able to supply ourselves and the children. This fire, the Eish HaMizbeach, in our hearts. Now, as long as there is still resistance and there is still pain going on in your life, okay, yes, the consciousness is here, Mashiach consciousness is here, it's been here from the beginning, and the Rebbe says it's here, all that. But as long as there is still distance between our freedom, your lock being completely aligned, you being in tzaddik level, being completely aligned, and there's still resistance. The way to clean that is, we have different methods of cleaning that, of vaping that, of burning that. One is through, there is Pesach, there's Shavuos, there's Sukkot, there's Shoshana. There's another thing also that's from bottom up, which is the Beis Hamikdash, the Charbon Beis Hamikdash, and we are we are saying the kinnis, and we're going through the crying, the bechia, and through that we find the eicha, we find the loneliness. I find myself being lonely, and in that I'm just throwing in references that we can open up this week, B'ezrat Hashem, by this year, which is being in the wave. We're being in the when the surfer goes in, when the surfer is in the wave, when it goes through the wave, it's a perfect round. Like the water, the wave goes up, it goes all the way up, and then it comes back down in a circle. The surfer is inside that wave. Now it's beautiful, it's open, it's a cave, it's a tunnel, and he can see exactly where he's going, but he's absolutely lonely. He's on his own because at any second, this wave can collapse and he's not coming up again. Okay, so we are in the wave, and we're able to see, like the tree has been planted, the end of the game. You can see the destination. You have moments of clarity. The cloud is allowing you to see the moon for a second here and there, a moment, a day, a week, a nice month, but still it's clouded, it's foggy and it's clogged and it's being black. As long now the avodah, how we're clearing that up and burning that is through going into the echab, going into that moment of loneliness, going into that to the cry of the fabric that's still not burned, of the fabric that's still not in ashes, it's still not completely surrendered to where it needs to be. That is the Kulganish. Now it's a different type of bechia. It's not. It comes from a way of, the difference of the Russians and the Hungarians. The Hungarians, both, there was a shchita in both places. The Russians went to the gulags and they were doing 20 years, and they were killed, and then the Hungarians went to the ovens. The difference is one side you had to drag, you had to pull them, put them on the wagons and the trains, and again ashchita, and the other side, they walked them Mesiras Nefesh. They were fighting. They walked to go save another Yid. There was a different type of no hastara. It was a different type of galus. So too, the Tisha B'av right now is not coming from you're broken and tzibrach and abayna. On the contrary, you're standing up and you're burning, you're fighting, burning whatever is left. So you should have already have moments of clarity. There should be clarity as to what you already know what you want. That's also madrega. For how long didn't we even know what you want? You had no clue. We're just spinning. You had no clue what's asked and what's needed and what's wanted. So that's one. Now you're fighting. You're standing up, and you do it from a place of strength, from a place of proper activation of my rights, of who I am, of what I want. I think that pretty much covers the Indian. But the Rebbe has a minor on Eicha, which is very, 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 very powerful and very clear as to where it's at. It's in the loneliness, and in the loneliness, that's what we're talking about. Atik, which is the second part, the first part of Keser. Atik, which is Oinig. It's complete, isolated. It's like the Melech by himself. Nobody agrees with what you're doing. It's not popular, but it's in Oinig and it's in Tainuk. All right, it's to be opened up more. Have an easy fast, a meaningful and a mindful fast with a destination.